Good morning, YouTube. I'm the Tech Prepper. First, I want to thank everybody for viewing. We just crossed our 500 views in 14 days. This is our 14th video, 14 days in a row. And I wanted to do a quick video on our 3-day food pack. And I've been trying to figure out how to do a video on my go bag. I don't know how I can do that video in less than 30 minutes. So what I've decided to do instead is make shorter videos and walk through individual sections of my go bag and my wife's go bag. For the most part, they have exactly the same thing in both kits. So we'll talk about 3-day foods supply. And again, the purpose of the go bag is if we have to leave within a few minutes notice, those are the things that we're going to take first, and I like to plan for 3 days. So we have some food items and then some water, so I'll talk about those shortly. And a lot of this is influenced by my time as a backpacker and as a hiker. And it's interesting how much similarity there is between being in the outdoors and taking everything you need to survive for upwards of a week or two in the mountains. And also having applications for civil uses. So like everything else, I do waterproof everything. I probably should start investing in one of the Ziploc companies. And I've broken it down a few ways. So let's start with, I guess, the utensils here. These are extremely cheap, plastic, lightweight utensils. I forgot where I got them. They may have even been Walmart. Before I had those, apparently I think I also took a set from one of the fast food restaurants. So that's a great item and doesn't really cost you anything to grab one of these. I have a packet that basically gives me the ability to flavor my water. So for 3 days, I have 3 instant coffees. I have 3 instant teas, so I could have coffee in the morning, tea at night. And then I have at the back here, I don't know if this will come on camera, 3 emergency packets. And these are just things that I like to travel. In addition to it providing some vitamin C, it also flavors the water nicely. And then I have a handful of candies in here just because I do have a sweet tooth. So this gives me basically my beverages throughout the day in addition to water. For a snack, I typically prefer beef jerky, usually because it packs down well, it lasts a fairly long time, and again, something that tastes good will be a morale booster if I have to live out of my bag for a few days. And there's enough servings in here where one bag for me will actually last me 3 days. I'm not going to sit down and eat an entire bag. I may get criticism for choosing to have freeze-dried food, but the reason for it is I've actually been in the mountains where my stove has not worked, and I've actually consumed it just by soaking it in room temperature water, which is fine for me. So beggars can't be choosers. And this is stuff that I rotate when I go backpacking and hiking, so this supply is constantly changing as well. I believe this one has, I think it's 2 servings, yeah, 2.5 servings, so this would be a dinner option. And then just a different brand here of mountain chili. So between these two, I basically have my 3-day supply of food and probably have enough to share just a little bit. It looks like I did add another bag of beef jerky. I guess having a few more calories couldn't hurt. And then for lunch options, I like these little packs of tuna. These are actually pretty easy. They're low in calories, but they do pack a punch. I do have jalapeno and sriracha, which depending on the TP scenario, maybe not a great idea, but it doesn't seem to bother me too much. And then my go-to breakfast is Quaker oatmeal. Again, I can do these completely fine and be happy with room temperature water, or if I have the luxury of boiling my own water, or if I'm in an urban scenario, let's say that we have our go bags and we're in our car, we can go to a gas station and get hot water. They typically provide that for things like tea. And I'm missing one packet, so I'm going to go ahead and top that off. The other thing I like to carry, if I can deal with the weight, is a 16-ounce can of peanut butter. This is actually my go-to when I go backpacking. It's quite nice. It leaves you with a container at the end that you can repurpose. It's self-sealing. It has a lot of protein, and for me, it just tastes good. So that's my 3-day pack. Again, my wife's is pretty much identical to mine. And a lot of those items require that I do need a container. So both of us have a 40-ounce stainless steel cling canteen and a nesting cup. So the nesting cup we can cook inside, we can use it to prepare our meal, we can drink out of it, so it provides a lot of uses. The other thing that I left in the bag is I have a small kitchen sponge that I cut in half in a Ziploc baggie that I actually use for cleaning and sanitation. And the reason why I like stainless steel as opposed to plastic is I have a little bit of redundancy here. I can actually boil water directly in this canteen. And what you don't want to get is a double wall insulated canteen. So those are the bottles that basically allow you to keep liquids hot or cold. You can't put that directly over heat. So just a single walled, sturdy aluminum clean canteen would be my recommendation with a wide opening. And this one you can actually see it's been banged around quite a bit, but doesn't have any leaks or anything. On the topic of water, the other water that I like to bring with us, and this is probably a recent introduction to the kit over the last year or so, it's basically about 34 fluid ounces of water in these smart bottles. And the reason why I like these is that the plastic is more heavy duty than the other water bottle manufacturers, in my opinion, and it has a threading mechanism. So the way that we purify water is with a small system called the Sawyer Mini. And what I like about the Sawyer Mini is that it's tiny. We'll never be able to go through and use this filter in our lifetimes, but you could, I don't want to compromise the seal here. You can unthread the cap here, thread this on, and drink in line. In fact, it even has a straw that comes with it so that we can attach it to the end. I also keep an extra squeeze bag here just in case we have some more water collection. These are not great in my opinion. They have better accessories or larger bags that you can carry, so we can actually pick up close to 1 to 2 liters. For the situation that I'm in right now, I don't think water purification is going to be a huge deal, but I like to reuse my equipment where I can. And for me, this is my backpacking and hiking equipment, and it doubles up great for this scenario. Excuse me. So with that said, the last item on my list also is around water purification, and they're just these water purification tablets. In my youth, I used to carry iodine tablets, and they would give the water a horrible taste and a brownish orange tinge. These are quite a bit better now. So for us now, we have 3 sources of purifying water if we need to. One is to boil it. The other one is the Sawyer inline filter that can thread on to this one here, or I can use the carry pouch and squeeze it into another container, and then I have the tablets. So really the point of this video is, one, think about if you have to leave and you're not exactly sure where you're going to be going, what the conditions are going to be like, what you have available to you. Think about a 3-day supply that allows you to prepare your meals, take in calories, and then think about, in particular, like I said, utensils and things like having a container, right? So your items should allow you to basically be fully prepped for a meal. It doesn't have to be anything exotic or fancy. In fact, it probably shouldn't be. And yeah, the weight's a little heavy, but you know what? You're going to be pretty cranky on the road if you start missing some calories. I think everybody fortunately in the first world is used to 3 meals a day. So at any rate, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Feel free to hit that like and thumbs up button, and we'll see you tomorrow. So be strong, be safe, and think about your food preps.